Welcome to lecture 17. Today I am going to speak about blast furnace gases. These gases also called as exit gases and effluent gases. What are those particular gases? Such as CO around 23% and so on, CO2, CH4, H2 and some content of H2O also, and nitrogen. These particular gases, not only these particular gases will come out, dust particles along with this particular gas, dust particles comes out. What is average size of the dust particle? It may vary from few microns to 6 mm size. And what is the physical weight? The dust content may vary from 7 to 30 grams per meter cube. The total volume of the blast furnace is, in a modern furnace, 41,000 or 4,100 meter cubes, around 4,000 meter cube is a volume. And for example, let us take about CO, and the actual CO content, as it has been mentioned, minimum of average of 23%, 20 to 30%. For example, for 1 ton of coke, if it is been burnt, nearly 4,000 meter cube volume of gas will come out, will generated, and the calorific value of that particular gas is 900 kilocalories for that particular volume. And that particular, in a similar fashion, if you see blast furnace figure in production, we require around 1000 tons of coke per day. 1 ton is different from 1000 tons. So how much gas will be generated? 4 into 10 power 6 meter cube. And how much calorie of energy will be generated? 3600 into 10 to the power of 6 kilocalories. See the situation. These particular blast furnace gases are also called as effluent and exit gas emission. These particular gases, since it is CO, the coming out exit gases, you cannot use directly as a reducing agent, as a fuel for the blast furnace figure and production. As we know, coke, as it has been burned with the hot blast, CO will generate, and along with the CO, CO2, other gases will generate. That particular CO will react with the iron ore. But the exit gases also consist of CO. Within this chemical reaction, CO further reacting will happen, exothermic reactions, endothermic reactions, indirect reduction, direct reduction reactions. But exit gas will also consist of CO. You cannot use that particular CO as reducing agent. Why? It is attached with the gas particulate, attached with dust. That particular dust which was discharged from the blast furnace production, which comes out from the top of the blast furnace, and this particular dust attached to the gas particle, as it is accumulates, as it increases to 7 to 30 grams per meter cube, it may wear out the equipment, top part and the refractory lining. So it is disadvantage. What is the solution for this particular problem? The solution is, you need to clean out, you need to separate the solid dust particle and gas. How do you clean it? The following equipments are in practice to clean this particular blast furnace exit gases. There are things called as, in the blast furnace top, there will be uptake, downcomer and bleeder in the blast furnace. What are that particular uptake and downcomer, bleeder wall? What is the purpose? Let us see now. These particular two adjacent uptakes are joined together. Uptake is kind of a pipe. So in the next coming slide I will show the complete image. The purpose of uptake, first let us know the theory, then you will realize the practicality. The two adjacent uptakes, it are arranged, these particular pipes are arranged side by side and connected to the connected to the single duct, that is also another pipe. And similarly these particular manner there will be another design back side, one is front side, another thing is back side. These two ducts are connected to one duct. That particular duct is carries the CO gas downwards and connected to the dust catcher, which separates the dust particles and gas. That particular gas again gives to the next wet scrubber, further cleaning of gas. And downcoming duct is called as a downcomer, and the bleeder valve, the purpose is, it is nothing but a safety device. Whenever there is a extra pressure developed within the furnace, it automatically opens and release to the outside, or it will be taken into the through chimneys, and it is again connected to the cleaning of the gases. And this particular bleeder valve, it removes the danger, sometimes a danger explosion of the furnace. Uptakes and downcomers are made up of steel pipes and lined inside with the fire clay bricks. This design for the uptakes and downcomer. See in the image, this is the stack part of the blast furnace, this is top. So in the top cone, this is one uptake, this is another uptake. Similarly you will see this particular design extrapolated to here, this top part, this is one uptake, this is another uptake, and these uptakes are two for the furnace top, just like front and top. These two things are having bleeder valves at the top, and these two this is connected to one duct and this is connected to another duct. These two ducts are connected to one duct or pipe, which is called as a downcomer. And this downcomer, bleeder valve downcomer, is connected to dust catcher, further cleaning of gas, and then wet scrubber, then electrostatic precipitator. After cleaning this particular entire gas, which is stored in a blast furnace stove in the design of refractory brick checkers design, so it stores the hot air, hot blast, and this particular hot blast is, backside of hot blast is having a connecting pipe to tears. Through tears again you recycle this particular hot blast, so initially to preheat this particular air, so you can reuse it, you no need to waste. There are many advantages for the turbo blowers, and some of the gas will be sent to the outside since it is cleaned through chimney, and these are the practical design. This is entire blast furnace construction. This is how the skipping car, as I was showing in the last lecture, these are the raw material bins through conveyors, and it is connected and it is been poured in the top part. Skipping bucket, skipping charge is mean that. And the first, let us know dust catcher. What is this particular dust catcher? What is the principle of dust catcher? Is that dust contains the gas by virtue of its velocity. So as the gas is coming out with the average speed, the dust particles are attached to the gas. So how do you take out that particular dust particles? The principle is make that particular velocity of that particular dust is 0. By using this particular separate asbestos cloth and changing the direction of the velocity, you can brought down that particular velocity to 0, so that the dust particles will be absorbed to this particular cloth and gas will be go out to the next wet scrubber, and the dust particles absorbed to the cloth will be taken out through this particular wall to this bogie, and this is also fine powder of raw material mixed of iron ore, limestone and coke. This will be recycled to the sintering and pelletization plant. And the advantage of this particular dust catcher is around 60 to 70% of dust particles are removed, and it removes heavy dust particles compared to the other cleaning process, and reducing the principle using the making the velocity to 0. Coming to the wet scrubber principle, the wet scrubbers works on the gas will be entered, the clean gas after the dust catcher enter into the wet scrubbers, kind of wooden packings arranged, and water supply, water sprays are given from the top, water spray and water pipe connected. Water sprays, it flows from this wooden packings, fall into this particular gas, and it will be absorbed to this particular wooden packings and taken through this particular bogie and sent to the sintering and pelletization plant. The clean gas, since water spraying is occurring, the hot gas also cool to 30 to 35 degrees. That is one more point in this. The efficiency is 80 to 90% of dust particles are removed from the incoming blast furnace. And coming to the electrostatic precipitator. Electrostatic precipitators, it works under the principle of I applied static voltage. The static voltage is applied to this particular coils, electron coils, and the dust particles and gas phase. The dust particle attached to the gas phase act as a charge, electron charge, negative, and the other gas phase will act as a opposite polarity, so that this dust particles will be absorbed to this particular weights and these particular electrodes, and finally these particular gas particles are collected and washed out. So in the case of wet scrubber, if it is connected to the wet scrubber, wet electrostatic precipitator and dry electrostatic. In the case of dielectrostatic precipitator, you will take out dry particles. So in this case, you will wash out and you will take out. The efficiency is more in the case of wet electrostatic precipitator, extension of this particular thing. And the direct current used in volts is 45,000 and current is 130 to 60 milliamperes generated. The advantage, around 90% of dust particles are removed in the electrostatic precipitators stage, which is final cleaning stage, and wet scrubber is semi-fine cleaning stage. Dust catcher is coarse cleaning stage. And coming to these particular cleaning stages, the average dust coming from this particular blast furnace is around 7 to 30 grams. That particular dust is attached with the gas, sent to the coarse cleaning dust catcher step and instrument, and it cleans out around 5 to 10 grams of meter cube from the 7 to 30. And coming to the next semi-fine cleaning, which is carried out in the wet scrubber, mainly wet scrubber is used. Alternatively, the many industries will follow the Venturi washers, cyclone separators, centrifugal disintegrators, felt washers, even wet electrostatic precipitators are used. The dust content is cleaned by this particular semi-fine cleaning process is 0.5 to 1.5 grams per meter cube. Final cleaning is carried out by electrostatic precipitators, and sometimes high speed rotary disintegrators also used for the final cleaning. The dust content reduced to 0.01. Only the solid particles which are coming out is 0.01. So 99% is removed out. Semi-fine cleaning and final cleaning can be carried out either wet condition or dry condition. Comparatively, wet methods gives more efficiency than the wet methods. Coming to the next topic, after cleaning, so where do you send this particular gas? You will store in the blast furnace stove. The design about the blast furnace stove is, the height of the blast furnace stove is around 20 to 36 meter height in a cylindrical shape of steel with a dome shaped top and diameter of 6 to 8 meter diameter, and this is insulated with the fire clear refractory lining. Entire the body inside fire clear refractory lining, and this particular blast furnace stove is divided into two parts. One is combustion chamber, where this particular hot gas, the gas cleaned out gas is burnt and generated more and more heat. And other thing is regenerator unit, which consists of constructed with the refractory bricks and in the form of checker works design. And the blast furnace stove works in a cyclic manner, one in combustion chamber and regenerator chamber. So you call in one cycle, it is called on gas. What you do initially, you eat this particular hot gas in the combustion chamber, and combination of air and blast furnace gas is burnt in the combustion chamber, and this particular heated air is allowed to heat this particular regenerator checkers or refractory bricks. In the next cycle, second cycle, we call on blast. It is nothing but cooling cycle. In this case, cold air is passed through this particular heater checker, so that the hot air will go out, which is connected pipe to the chairs of the blast furnace. The hot air will be sent to the chairs. It is recycled, reutilized. And first cycle around, it will take 3 to 4 hours. Second cycle 1 to 2 hours. 30 to 40% of the cleaning gas in the cleaned gas in the blast furnace is utilized for the preheating the blast for the blast furnace figure and production process. This is the design of the blast furnace stove. Top dome, the height is around 26 meter, 8 to 6 diameter of this particular entire blast furnace stove. It is insulating layer, top shell, refractory lined, segment kind of bricks are arranged, and this is breast wall, more thickness, and safety wall thickness, safety lining, and it is also as suggested as in the second cycle, the hot blast, as you send the cold air, the hot blast will be connected and sent to the blast furnace, and initially you will take out this particular cleaned out gas through this particular burner, and you burn it, you heat further, and it goes like this, and it's in the combustion chamber, and then it go to the refractory checkers. These are the refractory bricks in a checker design. The excess gas will be, since it is cleaned out through chimney, it will go out, and this is another chimney manhole. This is a manhole, and this is horizontal cross section of this particular dome. It is constructed on the concrete, refractory concrete. This is a vertical section, this is the horizontal section. Now let me give you more detail about horizontal cross section. This entire dome, the diameter, in the bottom there will be a burner and hot blast in the bottom, and if there is excess air, so air relief opening is being provided for the safety purpose. Wall lining, as it has been shown there. Checker bricks, the bottom part, this is top view. So in the bottom, these particular checker bricks are arranged, and from the top you will send the cold blast, and chimney walls are situated in the either of the two sides. So you can, if excess gas is remained, if you want to send out to the atmosphere through chimney, you can send out. And finally, what are the advantages of this particular blast furnace gas? Preheating the blast for the blast furnace, and firing of reheating furnace in the integrated steel plant, reheating of before preheating. And high pressure gas is used to rotate gas turbine in the power plants. And coming to this, concluding this particular today lecture with few questions is that what is the difference between reducing agent CO of indirect reduction and direct and indirect reduction, which is used CO, and effluent gas also consists of CO. What is the difference between these two? What is the use of checker bricks? So what it does? So does it stores the heat energy and supplies? The blast furnace gas can be cleaned. Yes. Justify it. How do you clean this particular blast furnace gases?